9點幾分嘅咯喎，仲未開到場。
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated as our event is about to begin. Thank you. 女士们、先生们，我们的活动即将开始，请回座，谢谢。Ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable John K.C. Lee, the Chief Executive of the Hong Kong Special Administrative Region, and our other guests who now enter the summit venue, please give them a warm welcome. Let's put our hands together to welcome the Honorable John K.C. Lee, the Chief Executive of the Hong Kong Special Administrative Region, and our other guests as they enter the summit venue. Thank you for joining us today. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Laura Gussenson, and it's my honor to be your MC today. Welcome to the 3rd Asia Summit on Global Health, jointly organized by the government of the Hong Kong Special Administrative Region and the Hong Kong Trade Development Council. Thank you for joining us this morning. To begin with, may we first invite Dr. Peter K.N. Lam, Chairman of the Hong Kong Trade Development Council, to deliver his welcome remarks. Let's put our hands together for Dr. Lam, please.
Chief Executive, the Honorable Mr. John Yee, Secretary Professor Yu Yanhong, Deputy Director Mr. Lin Zhonghua, Director Mr. Zhu Hong, Secretary of Health Professor Lord CMO, and distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I warmly welcome you to the third edition of the Asia Summit on Global Health, co-organized by the Government of Hong Kong Special Administrative Regions and the Hong Kong Trade Development Council. After a successful debut last season, International Healthcare Week returned with ASGH as one of the flagship events, alongside the Hong Kong International Medical and Healthcare Fair. I'm delighted we can once again bring together, under one roof, the world's leading figures in the medical, research, and financial fields to facilitate conversation and maximize core sector synergies. After a challenging 3 years, I'm pleased to see Hong Kong and the rest of the world gradually recovery. It's an opportunity time to look back at the last few years and outline our vision for the global healthcare industry. This new normal call for renewed collective effort and new impetus for the healthcare ecosystem to thrive. We may not know what the future holds, but I'm sure we can all agree that we must make the industry more resilient and sustainable for future generations to withstand any health crisis. And Hong Kong is the ideal location for the healthcare communities to reimagine a bright future for the industry. Hong Kong has not been a leading international finance, business, and investment hub, an ideal base for companies to capture our rising opportunities across China, Asia, and beyond. Our city is the largest biotech fundraising center in Asia and second largest in the world, and boasts a robust R&D and IP infrastructure. That is great potential and a sustainable path for the healthcare industry with Hong Kong as the base. Friends, reimagination the future of healthcare. The summit will look at the latest developments in public health, medical technology, and healthcare investment, and explore the future of the healthcare ecosystem and rising opportunities in the field. Plenary sections and plenary talk on the evaluation of healthcare are complemented by dialogue that deep dive into the various aspects of healthcare, including biomedical research and commercialization, biotech and medtech, aging, wellness, and much more. Over 140 health innovation and technologies companies, R&D institutions, incubation centers, government bodies, and more from the Hong Kong and abroad showcase the innovations in the exhibitions area, which compromise the Inno Health Showcase, a dedicated area featuring global healthcare startups and projects. Deal-making sections are once again taking place, and there will be also by project region by health tech startups in the exhibition area to facilitate the matchmaking. Enterprise can see the advice about funding, market access, IP, licensing, and more from investor and business advisor on site or via the ASGH digital platform. Pay a visit to our International Medical and Healthcare Fair to source the latest leading healthcare technologies and solutions from around the world and make new connections. With other events, including the Hospitals Authority Conventions held alongside our two flagship events, I hope International Healthcare Week will enlighten and inspire you to build a thriving healthcare ecosystem. I would like to thank our speakers, sponsors, and partners, without whom this event would not have been possible. Thank you also to our audience here in Hong Kong and around the world for joining. I wish you all a very fruitful summit. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Lang. Thank you, Dr. Lang. Please do be seated. Thank you. And up next, the Honorable John K.C. Lee, the Chief Executive of the Hong Kong Special Administrative Region, will be delivering his opening remarks. Let's hear it from the Chief Executive.
Secretary Yu Yanhong, Deputy Director Lin Zhonghua, Dr. Peter Lam, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I'm pleased to welcome you all to Hong Kong and to the 3rd Asia Summit on Global Health. Less than 2 weeks ago, the World Health Organization declared an end to the classification of COVID-19 as a public health emergency of international concern. The COVID-19 pandemic, which has wreaked havoc around the globe over the past 3 years or so, demonstrated graphically and comprehensively the critical importance of global health cooperation. Thanks to the persistence and innovative efforts of healthcare workers, scientists, institutions and individuals around the world, from implementing public health measures to developing new treatments and vaccines, the global emergency has finally ended. Here in Hong Kong and throughout the world, life and business is returning to normal. We certainly felt relieved when the WHO Director General announced that COVID-19 is no longer a public health emergency of international concern. But this does not mean that the virus is gone forever. We need to remain ready to respond speedily to different public health threats. In a moment, the WHO Director General will address our audience by video. Over these next 2 days, the summit also presents the intelligence, insight, and inspiration of a host of internationally prominent medical and healthcare specialists, academics, business and technology innovators, and a great many other professionals. The Hong Kong SL government and the Hong Kong Trade and Development Council, as organizers of this summit, have gathered over 90 speakers to help us and to help the world in that most complex of social, institutional, and governmental undertakings, re-imaging the future of healthcare. And we need to also use our imagination to reimagining the future of healthcare, as the tiny theme of the summit so aptly puts it. Over the next couple of minutes, allow me to update you on Hong Kong's healthcare progress and the healthcare policies and initiatives we are developing, with a particular focus on the power of innovation, technology, and research in shaping our healthcare system and its future. Under the one country, two systems principle, Hong Kong is bestowed with the unique advantage of having the strong support of national strategies while maintaining unrivaled connectivity with the world. The National 14th Five-Year Plan supports Hong Kong's development as an international innovation and technology hub, emphasizing such emerging disciplines in the country as life and health sciences. We're also capitalizing on our growing connectivity with the Greater Bay Area, the cluster city development integrating Hong Kong and 10 other cities in southern China. Hong Kong has strong research capabilities in life and health sciences, as well as in fundamental research and development. We are home to 5 of the world's top 100 universities, 2 of the world's leading 40 medical schools, and a wealth of award-winning scholars and researchers. Different Hong Kong clinical trial centers are recognized by the National Medical Products Administration of China. Thanks to our R&D intelligence and infrastructure, along with the funding and commitment of the Hong Kong SAR government, Hong Kong is on its way to becoming a world-class center for medical research and development. Hong Kong also boasts a thriving biotech community, which supports the expansion of tech-driven life and health startups. Indeed, Hong Kong is now one of the world's largest fundraising hub for biotech companies. At the end of March, 56 pre-revenue, pre-profit biotech companies had listed here, raising nearly $15 billion. The Hong Kong SAR government attaches great importance to enhancing Hong Kong's research capability and supporting its software and hardware development. Our software supports includes attracting prominent researchers from all over the world. They are here conducting impactful research with local universities and institutions. For instance, we have launched the Inno Hong Kong Research Clusters, which include a dedicated cluster on healthcare-related technology, namely Health at Inno Hong Kong. The Inno Hong Kong clusters bring all together 28 research labs and some 2,000 researchers from 12 economies and world-class institutions. Our government budget this year set aside $6 billion Hong Kong dollars, equivalent to nearly $800 million to subsidize universities and institutions in setting up life and health technology research institutes. The goal is creating cross-international and multidisciplinary research cooperation to better realize transformative outcomes related to life and health technology. We have also embarked $10 billion Hong Kong dollars, over $1.28 billion for a program called the Research, Academic and Industry Sectors 1+ Scheme. This Raise Plus scheme will fund on a matching basis at least 100 university research teams with clear potential to become flourishing startups. We are determined to boost collaboration among our academic, research, and industry sectors. I'm confident that our efforts will help drive the commercialization of our R&D outcomes, including those targeting life and health technology. As for hardware support, the government is developing the Hong Kong Shenzhen INT Park, which will become Hong Kong's largest ever INT platform. Life and health technology will be among the park's priorities. Initiatives include the setting up of an Inno-Life Health Tech Hub, which will pool research teams, including the Health at Inno Hong Kong labs mentioned, from Hong Kong, the mainland of China, and all over the world for research collaboration on life and health disciplines. Hong Kong is equally committed to supporting academic research to boost our competitiveness. Our funding support for the Research Endowment Fund has now reached 46 billion Hong Kong dollars, or some $6 billion. This will support research projects, collaborative research funding schemes, and long-term research of strategic value to Hong Kong's development. We have also launched a research matching grant scheme worth $3 billion Hong Kong dollars, or nearly $400 million to diversify our funding sources for research activities. Our global STEM professorship scheme supports universities in their recruitment of international renowned INT scholars and their teams. We want them here conducting research and teaching the next generation of Hong Kong, including scientists, researchers, and innovators. At last November's summit, I mentioned boosting the number of publicly funded research postgraduate places by almost 30% to help our universities expand their research capacity and support Hong Kong's INT development. We have made good progress since then. I'm pleased to say more than 1,600 publicly funded research postgraduate places will progressively materialize, beginning with the 2023-24 academic year. In short, ladies and gentlemen, the Hong Kong SL government is working together with our R&D and INT institutions, businesses, and professionals, and is committed to building a more resilient and sustainable global health system. This summit, I'm confident, will move us all along in the right direction, a shared determination to build the highest, most inclusive standard of health and prosperity we can offer our economies, our societies, and our communities. May I express my gratitude to the Hong Kong Trade Development Council for organizing this high-profile Global Health Summit together with the Hong Kong SAR government. The summit is, let me add, one of the major events taking place under the umbrella of International Healthcare Week. They include the 14th edition of the Hong Kong International Medical and Healthcare Fair, showcasing the latest offerings of more than 300 exhibitors from such places as Hong Kong, the mainland of China, Japan, and North America. Highlighted exhibitors include biotech, hospital equipment, rehabilitation and elderly care, a world of health and wellness, and a great deal more. It is all happening right here in Hong Kong to help you reimagine the future of healthcare. In a Hong Kong that has resumed its stability and regaining momentum for long-term prosperity. In a Hong Kong that is taking the center stage of the global arena again. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, I wish you all a very rewarding summit and the best of business and health in the coming year. Thank you.
Thank you very much, our Chief Executive. Thank you. Mr. Lee, please do be seated. Thank you so much. And up next, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming on stage Ms. Yu Yanhong, member, Leading Party Members Group, National Health Commission of the People's Republic of China, Secretary, Leading Party Members Group, National Administration of Traditional Chinese Medicine, to give us her special remarks. Let's hear it from Ms. Yu.
行政长官李家超先生，尊敬的香港陆力发展局主席林建岳先生，尊敬的医务卫生局局长卢宠茂教授，各位来宾、女士们、先生们，大家好！很高兴受邀出席2023年亚洲医疗健康高峰论坛，受国家卫生健康委主任马晓伟先生委托，我谨代表国家卫生健康委和国家中医药管理局向论坛顺利开幕表示热烈祝贺，向各位致以诚挚问候。亚洲医疗健康高峰论坛作为连结香港、亚洲乃至全球医疗健康产业发展的重要平台，已成功举办2届。今年能够线下出席本次论坛，见证香港复常后的欣欣向荣，我深感欣慰。今年是中国改革开放45周年，改革开放发展的中国也影响了世界。当前， 中国正在加快构建新发展格局，不断扩大高水平对外开放，持续放宽市场准入。随着中国式现代化产业体系建设的推进，我们将为世界提供更大规模的中国市场和中国需求。在座的各位多为全球医疗健康产业的商业翘楚以及资深专家，希望我们共同把握新机遇，共谋可持续及高质量发展。女士们、先生们，中国共产党的20大擘画了中国式现代化的宏伟蓝图。习近平总书记在党的20大报告中强调，要推进健康中国建设，把保障人民健康放在优先发展的战略位置，并提出到2035年建成健康中国的目标任务。我们将全面推进健康中国建设，持续深化医疗卫生体制改革，积极推进国家医学中心和国家区域医疗中心运行机制建设，加强卫生人才队伍建设，不断提高医疗卫生服务的质量，全面加强基层卫生健康管理，促进中医药传承创新，发挥中医药整体医学优势，加强中西医结合，提供预防保健、疾病治疗和康复于一体的中医药服务，健全公共卫生体系，更好统筹疫情防控和经济社会发展，进一步增强人民群众健康获得感，推动卫生健康事业高质量发展。香港作为国际金融、航运和贸易中心及粤港澳大湾区国际枢纽城市，凭着背靠祖国、联通世界的独特优势，近年来在医疗卫生领域不断创新发展，值得学习借鉴。刚才行政长官李家超先生介绍了香港加强生物医药创新发展的系列支持举措，振奋人心。希望来自亚洲国家和地区的医疗卫生界同仁和企业各个方面共谋发展。一是注重创新，促进应用，以健康中国建设和大健康产业发展为契机，在医学科技创新与应用、临床实践等方面加强合作，为卫生健康领域高质量发展注入新的活力和动能。二是资源互补，互利共赢，依托粤港澳大湾区前海深港现代服务业合作区，整合生物医药科技力量和产业优势，实现信息共享、资源互补、深度合作。三是着眼全球，开放发展，全面贯彻习近平总书记提出的全球发展倡议、全球文明倡议等全球化议程，助力高质量建设健康丝绸之路，共同推动构建人类卫生健康共同体。最后，预祝第3届亚洲医疗健康高峰论坛取得圆满成功。谢谢大家。
Thank you very much, Ms. Yu. Thank you. Please be seated, 请回座。Themed Reimagining the Future of Healthcare, this year's ASGH will bring together all stakeholders, from policymakers to healthcare experts to renowned academia and influential business leaders, together with key industry players, innovative startups and investors from around the world to both exchange insights and explore opportunities and collaborate for a sustainable and resilient future. Today, we're very honored to have Dr. Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus, Director General from World Health Organization, to deliver a lead-in address for us. Let's hear from Dr. Adhanom Ghebreyesus.
The Honorable John Lee, Dr. Peter Lang, Dr. Yu Yang Hong, and Professor Lo Chung Mao, esteemed guests, delegates, and friends. I thank the government of the Hong Kong Special Administrative Region and the Hong Kong Trade Development Council for your leadership in global health. Over the past 3 years, COVID-19 has taught us many painful lessons. The impacts of the pandemic went far beyond the health sector, disrupting societies, economies, business, and political stability. While COVID-19 may no longer be a global health emergency, the threat of another pathogen emerging with even deadlier potential remains. To keep the world safer against emergencies of all kinds, WHO has proposed a framework for action for stronger governance, stronger financing, stronger systems and tools, and is supporting the international pandemic report now being negotiated by countries. It's now up to member states to agree to these proposals, and I urge all of you, including many of you from the private sector, as you reimagine the future of healthcare over the coming days, to engage in this process. It's time to end the cycle of panic and neglect in health and work together to build a new future that's equitable, inclusive, and coherent. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Antonin Gabriasis, for the insightful sharing. Let's put our hands together. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable John K.C. Lee, the Chief Executive of the Hong Kong Special Administrative Region, has to be excused because of other business engagements. We would like to thank you once again, Mr. Lee, for joining us this morning. Thank you. And ladies and gentlemen in the audience, I urge that you would please remain seated while our honorable guests exit the hall now. Thank you very much. And also just a reminder that this wraps the opening session, and coming up soon we will be having a plenary session titled Reimagining the Future of Healthcare. Please remain seated.
未守得住㗎，仲有陸寵茂要講嘢。
Today's summit will be conducted in English, and some of our speakers may present in Putonghua. Simultaneous interpretation in both languages will be available, and for guests who would require an SI headset, please proceed to the counter at the back of the hall for an SI headset. Channel 1 today is for English, and Channel 2 for Putonghua. Do reach out to our assistants around the hall if you need any assistance. And do be reminded to please return the headsets as you leave the main forum hall. 各位来宾，亚洲医疗健康高峰论坛以英语进行，有部分的演讲嘉宾将会以普通话发言。如果您需要双语及时传译服务的话，可以在我们会议厅后方接取耳机。今天的第一频道为英语，第二频道为普通话。如果您需要任何协助，请联络我们在附近的工作人员。在您离开会场前，麻烦各位系紧较好的耳机，谢谢。If you have any questions that you would like to pose to our panel discussion speakers, you may scan the QR code as displayed on the screen. Selected questions will be addressed at the Q&A session towards the end.
冇所謂啊，個個都唔錯。
Ladies and gentlemen, a very warm welcome to join our plenary session titled Reimagining the Future of Healthcare. May we first invite Professor Lo Chung Mao, Secretary for Health, Hong Kong Special Administrative Region of the People's Republic of China, to deliver his special remarks. Let's put our hands together for Professor Lo, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. First of all, my apology for this very sexy and this soft voice. But I can assure you, I have no fever, no cough, no sore throat, and this sexy voice It's all caused by the very busy schedule we have in the last 2 days and overuse of my voice, or maybe misuse. I need to talk to a speech therapist to improve the use of my vocal cord. It's a pleasure for me to welcome you again to this Asian Summit on Global Health. After the past 3 years of extraordinary challenge with the COVID-19 pandemic, I'm so glad we can get together and meet each other face to face in this summit today. As our society recovers from the COVID-19 pandemic, today's plenary session on reimagining the future of healthcare offers a very timely opportunity for us to look into the future. As a political official of the Hong Kong SAR, I'll go the extra mile to actually talk about reshaping the future of healthcare in Hong Kong. Our goal is always a more resilient and sustainable healthcare system. Today, I'd like to show you that we do not just talk the talk, but we actually walk the walk. For decades, thanks to the concerted efforts of our professionals as well as our citizens, Hong Kong has enjoyed very high quality healthcare services. The data speaks for themselves. Our life expectancy in Hong Kong is one of the highest in the world. We have the best longevity. And our infant mortality is among the lowest. However, there's no room for complacency when it comes to healthcare improvement. Like many other advanced economies, Hong Kong is facing a challenge brought about by an aging population, shortage of healthcare manpower, as well as the increasing prevalence of chronic diseases. As the Chinese saying, 逆水行舟，不進則退. Our quest for healthcare excellence is like rowing a boat upstream. If you do not keep up, you will fall behind. I trust you will agree with me that the past few years have not been the easiest time for Hong Kong. But fortunately, with the enormous support from our central government, as well as the concerted effort of our society, Hong Kong has achieved a major transition from chaos to stability. But we are now in the crucial stage of transition from stability to prosperity. Under the National 14th Five-Year Plan and the outline development plan for the Guangdong, Hong Kong, Macau, Great Bay Area, there are unlimited opportunities for Hong Kong and our citizens to flourish and fly. When reshaping our healthcare future, we will not be bound by the physical boundary of Hong Kong, but will aspire and map regionally into the GBA context and contribute to the building of healthy China. I'll now share with you what we are and will be doing to turning reimagination into action under 6 areas. Now, the first area of action is in primary healthcare. As I mentioned earlier, many advanced economies like Hong Kong are facing the challenges of an aging population, shortage of healthcare personnel, as well as the burden of chronic disease. In face of these challenges, the Hong Kong government is determined to launch a major structural reform which aims to shift our healthcare focus from treatment-oriented to prevention-focused, from hospital-based to community-based. To achieve this goal, we launched the Primary Healthcare Blueprint last December. In this regard, we are now setting up district health centers or expresses in all 18 districts in Hong Kong, which serve as the healthcare hubs in the community. We are promoting the concept of family doctors for all. We will also launch a new chronic disease co-care program to incentivize citizens to take part in the early detection and treatment of chronic diseases. At the institutional level, we will establish a new primary healthcare commission to act as the coordinating body. The second area of action will be with the hospital authority. Enhancement of public health hospital service will certainly be a strategic part of our healthcare future. In the year 2023 to 24, the Hong Kong SAR government has provided a total of 89.2 billion Hong Kong dollars in recurrent subvention to the hospital authority. To enhance its service on various fronts, the hospital authority will reduce the waiting time for specialist outpatient services, will improve patient experience by making wider use of telehealth services, introducing a new medication delivery system. It will enhance the efficiency of the management as well as service by developing smart hospitals. It will enhance specialized healthcare services by establishing integrated neuroscience centers, cardiovascular disease centers, uncommon disease registry, and a poison control center. And it will strengthen our hospital infrastructure by pressing ahead with the two 10-year hospital development and improvement plans with a total budget of 470 billion Hong Kong dollars. The third area of action is in our healthcare manpower. To ensure sufficient healthcare manpower for Hong Kong in the years to come, we will look into every options from retention and training locally to recruitment internationally. The government has substantially increased the number of healthcare-related training places in our universities. For example, the number of medical student intake has been increased from 250 to 590 this year from the two medical schools. And we have earmarked 30 billion Hong Kong dollars to enhance the teaching facilities in these universities. After making legislative amendments to facilitate the special registration of doctors in the year 2021, we are now amending the relevant laws to facilitate the admission of qualified non-locally trained dentists as well as nurses. For our area of action in Chinese medicine, Hong Kong has a long-standing tradition of using both Chinese and Western medicine. As we reshape our future of healthcare, it will be a loss if we do not continue to promote this dual approach and make use of the unique benefits of Chinese medicine to provide patients with a comprehensive and personalized approach to healthcare. We are actively promoting the high-quality development of Chinese medicine in Hong Kong on different fronts, including the integration of Chinese medicine practitioners into our healthcare system. We will deepen the collaboration in Chinese medicine between Hong Kong and the mainland under the GBA Chinese Medicine Development Plan. Hong Kong is also earnestly looking forward into the commissioning of two flagship projects of our new Chinese Medicine Hospital, as well as the government Chinese Medicine Testing Institutes in the year 2025. In the area of e-healthcare, it's increasingly acting as a nexus in ensuring sustainability of future healthcare systems and in fueling the growing vision for patient empowerment. With the goal of one patient, one health record in mind, we will build an e-health ecosystem which will put our patients at the center. We introduced the Electronic Health Records Sharing System, or EHRSS, in the year 2016 to enable a two-way sharing of patient health data between the private and public healthcare providers. with a view to fully harnessing the opportunities offered by technologies, helping citizens manage their personal health, and bolstering a coordinated primary healthcare system. We are now advancing the EHRSS to a new level known as eHealth Plus. Under eHealth Plus, we will transform the EHRSS from a health record sharing system into a comprehensive and integrated operating and information and infrastructure, underpinning different tiers and sectors of the healthcare system on a citywide level. We will also draw reference from the practical experience gained from the Special Support Scheme for Chronic Disease Patients residing in the Guangdong Province and actively pursue the future implementation of cross-border use of electronic medical records. In the last area of action, which I will be mentioning, which is healthcare in the Greater Bay Area, we aspire globally with our vision of establishing Hong Kong as a leading international healthcare innovation hub. We also act regionally with our commitment to improving healthcare standards in support of the national policies, as well as leading the healthcare development in the Greater Bay Area. We are looking at ways to make efficient use of medical resources across the border when the living circles of an increasing number of Hong Kong people straddle the border. There are over 1 million Hong Kong citizens living across the border in the Greater Bay Area. We have established the Elderly Healthcare Voucher Scheme and extended from the University of Hong Kong Shenzhen Hospital to its Hua Hui Community Health Center in the Longgang District. We will continue to further extend this Elderly Healthcare Voucher Scheme in the mainland to other healthcare institutions in the Greater Bay Area with similar healthcare service standards and clinical governance structure as the University of Hong Kong Shenzhen Hospital. We will also study the feasibility of allowing Hong Kong citizens residing in mainland cities of the GBA to use elderly healthcare vouchers to reimburse the premium of local medical insurance. We are working closely with our mainland counterparts in the development and promotion of an international hospital quality accreditation standards, which have been compiled by the Shenzhen Hospital Accreditation Research Center. In 2023 to 24, 2 hospital authority hospitals will be accredited and adopt this standard. For medical specialist training, the Hong Kong Academy of Medicine is collaborating with Shenzhen in setting up a specialist training system and to provide training to trainers through its Shenzhen Hong Kong Medical Specialist Training Center. This collaboration will allow our Hong Kong Academy to lead the grooming of the next generation of medical specialists in the Greater Bay Area and to increase the standard of healthcare service in the region. Finally, in healthcare innovation, the Chief Executive has already mentioned that the National 14th Five-Year Plan supports Hong Kong's development into an international innovation and technology hub. For life and health innovation and technology, translation from bench to bedside requires clinical trial data as well as an efficient and high-quality system for evaluation and approval. In order to make good use of the national policy of 港澳藥牌通, or the special measure allowing Hong Kong registered drugs and medical devices to be used in the Greater Bay Area, we will enhance our clinical trial platform and consider revising the current secondary evaluation approach for vetting and approval of registration of new drugs. Our goal is to lead high-quality, innovative healthcare development in the GPA and make Hong Kong the window of medical technologies, drugs, and devices to complement the national strategy of bringing in and going global in life and health technology. In conclusion, Hong Kong will embrace the power of imagination and innovation to reshape a better future for our healthcare. We will continue to safeguard the health of our citizens, ensuring high-quality healthcare services, as well as taking a leading role in healthcare development in the GPA. We are building a healthy Hong Kong to integrate into our national Healthy China strategy. In closing, I'd like to thank the Trade Development Council again for organizing such a tremendous summit in collaboration with the Hong Kong government. And I wish you a most rewarding experience in this summit and everyone good health. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor Loh, for the special remarks. And do take care, your well-being is important to us as well. Ladies and gentlemen, Professor Loh has to be excused because of other business engagements. We would like to thank him once again for joining us today.